right, so here we are. We're gonna with Ethan this time. Very similar to the cyberpunk situation. We're gonna create a character, but it's not only character creation today. We're going to actually go through some rules and how the system actually works.
Hmm.
So, Ethan,
Yeah,
how do you want to do this?
I want to do this sort of a combination of two things: a little bit of randomization, but a little bit more of like freedom of choice, so I can do stuff also, and I don't get struck by getting bogged down by shit, shall we say? So yeah, so shall we go? Shall we move on to the first step?
Yeah, sure. Let me just fix something really quick because something
He's
moved for
he's
me.
he's getting his magical creation, just fixing stuff. You have to be appropriate to the setting.
Fair enough. Dude, I have like literally not woken up yet. Like my brain.
Do you have
Okay.
coffee at least? Do you have something to drink?
No,
Damn it, Tom!
I know.
What are you doing?
All right, so creating your own character.
Alrighty.
So the process is you pick a race, you run a life path, you pick a profession, you pick your statistics, pick
Hmm.
up skills, get your coin, and outfit yourself. Again, it's very much like we did in Cyberpunk. This is pretty much. Um,
Yeah.
I would say it's a nicer, visually pleasing, and easier way to go through character creation than
I,
Cyberpunk is. Not that
I will agree.
I'm not
I will
hating
agree.
on Cyberpunk. I'm just
No.
saying, we're looking at
It's
a very
tougher.
similar system because it's a father to son, literally,
Yeah.
takedown. Okay, so you're gonna pick your race. You're gonna do this
Yep.
rando, or are you going to?
I'm gonna do this random because honestly, I'm fine with any of them, and I don't really, because the thing is, I would usually just go for human, but I want to go with more spicy and see what the dice tell me. I might still
Your
get
only
human.
problem is if you end up Witcher, you have to end up doing a
I
Witcher
have to go Witcher. Witcher,
as a
I don't
class.
mind.
So
I don't mind. I like being all of them.
cool.
So so I'm gonna roll. I'm rolling a d4 here. So
All right, so
the
you have
order is
Witcher, Elf, Dwarf, Human. So one is Witcher, two is Elf, three is Dwarf, four is Human. And it rolls real dice.
4. That's a 4. So that's a human.
Turns out you are human after all.
As ex-
Okay.
All right, so I get the human bonuses. So let me scroll down.
Yeah, you get the perks. You are trustworthy, ingenuity, and blindly stubborn.
Yes. So I'm gonna get.
You're gonna get you inherit a +1 to your charisma, seduction, and persuasion checks against other humans.
I'm just gonna do this. Uh, that's just for me to know,
That
because
is, if I was looking at that, I'd be
yeah,
like,
you'd
what
be
the hell
like,
is
what the hell is
CSP?
CSP?
What? You probably even Google it and you go like, what? No,
What the
there's
heck?
nothing about it.
I know that's just for me, so I don't have to
What?
flip through the book.
Pardon me for a second.
No worries. So it's
Hold on.
+1 to deduction, and then okay. All right, I'm just gonna do that. Alrighty, so that is that. Those are the 3 perks. So now the life path.
Life path it
My
is.
my favorite part about any this is specifically for both I think Cyberpunk, Witcher, and I think even there was one other system,
Hmm.
Traveler, have stuff like this where it's just a life path. Like you go through your life for a bit to determine what your character is.
Oh yeah, I like the fact
I
that you do
love this.
life path before you choose your kind of profession.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
then you start saying, okay, looking at my life path, makes sense if I'm this, kind of
yeah. It's like I
situation.
have too many romances. This feels like a bard or a merchant or or, or yeah, definitely. So let's start. So because I'm a human, I get to roll for for one of the regions. I'm either odd, it's the Northern Kingdoms, and even it's in Nilfgaard.
That is correct.
I'm going to use the D10 for any of these kind of rolls because D10 is the most common die for this system. I got an odd. That's in Northern Kingdoms. I am a proper Nort.
All
Question
right.
is, from where?
So you roll a d10 and see where you come from. Redania, Kedwin, Temeria, Edirn,
Adir, yeah.
Lyre,
Lyria.
Lyria,
Lyria and Rivia.
Rivia, Kovir and Povis, Scaliga, Sidaris, Verdun, and Sintra.
Ooh, I got a 5. I'm from Lyria and Rivia. So that gives me a +1 to resist
Oh my
coercion.
god, Ethan of
Interesting.
Rivia.
Either of Rivia or Lyria, depending on which one I went. Which funny enough, I actually know the region a bit more because of the video game.
Okay.
Uh,
So you get the +1 to your resistance cohesion.
wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. Alright. Yep. So now it's the family, so
Yep.
let's see what happens to my family. So I'll D10 again. It's on the box. Even. At least some of my family is alive. So nothing happens to my family fate. So I roll for parents.
Wait for it.
And let's see what happens. I got an odd now, so something did happen to my family. So it's now parental fate instead of family fate.
Yeah. Now,
So-
because you are from the northern status, you stick to the red
Mhm.
boxes.
Yep.
The red hue.
Uh,
Roll a d10, man. See what happens.
Alrighty, let's see. So do I roll separately for...
This is my favorite parts ever. Like, just
Yeah.
you're just going through your life, see what fate had in store for you.
So, okay, here's a... Am I going to roll for both my parents or just one of my parents? Because it's a parental fate.
So
do
parental
you think?
fates. Wasn't there someone? Oh yeah. So you roll a d10,
Mm-hmm.
and wait, we're in parental fate, right? Not family fate.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Here.
Parental fate, yeah.
So yeah, so you roll d10 and see who it affects, and then you roll on the fate.
Alright.
So
Alright, so...
here we are. So 1 to 4 is father, 5 to 8 is mother, 9, 10 is both.
8. It's my mother.
Okay, what happened to your mom?
6. One or more... she was killed by monsters. You saw... it is your decision as to what they may have fallen prey to. Ooh. Ooh, okay, so Lyrian Rivia, mother was killed by a monster. Ooh, that's rough. That's already a rough start. So what would be a... Like,
So what happened to your dad?
should I roll for him also?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, so actually, yeah,
Does
for my
something
dad I'll
happen to
roll...
your, does something happen to your parents, not parent?
Okay. So my dad is a 2.
So your dad left you in the wilderness to fend for yourself. Maybe they couldn't afford to keep you. Maybe you were an accident. Oh, I can see where this is going.
So, I mean, I can easily see it like mother died of a monster attack. Father could not keep up with whatever he was doing, whatever work there was, so he had to leave me in the wilderness to fend for himself or for whatever siblings I have left over. Because I still have for siblings.
What if?
Okay.
No, hear me out.
Alright.
Okay. I'm just gonna pitch this and then do what it.
Go nuts.
Yeah, whatever you want with it. What if we had to say that these two things happened at the same time?
Like in the same like year.
So your
or
father left you out for the wilderness because he he's a breadwinner. He can't afford you.
Yeah.
Your mother found out, went to save you,
and then monster
and in
was
the
killed.
process killed by a monster.
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
I mean, you're still stuck in the wilderness, but I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
this is how you witness your mother dying. I don't know. I'm just.
That's
pitching it.
I actually want to go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. So then I think we can do this later, where we decide what monster might have killed her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So all right.
Although by
But
the time we get to it, you're probably like, I forgot about that.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe he doesn't. I mean, hey, if I was a kid by that point, I wouldn't even know what kind of monster. I as a player might know. We'll see. So
Alright,
then it's
so
status.
family status, yes.
All right. So D10. 7. I was an entertainer family.
You grew up with a band of performers. You may have traveled or you may have performed at a theater. Your starting gear is one instrument and one friend.
Ooh. Alright, so I'm just gonna go to my gear section here. I'm gonna have instrument. And there's no place for. I'm just gonna put friend here. I don't understand.
I'm pretty sure there was like below, there was like
There
companions
section?
or something. No?
No, I
go
don't
up.
see one.
There, wait, whoa, you're too fast, dude.
Sorry,
Go down.
that's
Down, down, down. Isn't it? No. I'm pretty sure I really saw like somewhere where you can put in your companions or like relationships.
Mm.
Then again, I think I did put when I was doing character creation. I don't think we have the same.
That could be the case. Yeah, that could be the case. I have an auto calculate the sheet, so
Yeah, so mine, I pretty much put him into my inventory as well. I have a friend in my inventory.
friend of my inventory. I'm gonna do it in the campaign notes just for now because
Oh yeah, sure.
I can have my own note sheet. Okay, and then we'll determine friend later. Okay, so it's just so funny. So father and mother were both entertainers.
Yeah.
Father left me because he couldn't make enough money to entertain people. And then mother tried to come after me, and then she got killed. That's just. And I have a friend. Okay.
Tragic.
So now it's weird. So now it's the most influential friend, which is good.
Yeah.
B. D10 again. A 1. A church.
Oh my
You
god.
grew up. What?
You grew up with the influence from your local religion and spent hours a day at the church. Now here's the fun part, right? So we're seeing
Uh-huh.
two things. Bard, possibly,
Bard.
right? But now
Yeah.
we've got church, so whatever
Priest.
you went through, priest.
Priest.
Like we're seeing
then-
something happen.
Yeah, and there's all the in-between options. We'll have to see. Okay. So next up would be siblings.
Gear, you get a holy text. Okay.
Yeah, so I got the holy text, which I will determine what religion later on. I'll see what religion Valyrian Rivia they tend to. I think it's Melitele also. That could be an option, but we'll see.
Alright, so siblings. This is a fun thing because siblings you can drive from your siblings. If your character dies, your sibling can technically come into the story, into the campaign to avenge you and shit. So
that's just a cool idea. Just to have like if you die, okay, here's a good reason to do it. Make your sibling they come back, unless I'm an only child, in which case that could be the case. It's gonna be very rare because I think the Northern Realms, they have a lot of children.
yeah.
They spew a lot of children. So I'll roll D10 to determine how much I have. Nope, 10. Only child.
That makes sense.
Yep. All right. So we skipped the siblings part. No, oh well. But
So
life events.
life events.
Do. Okay. So after you figured out how you grew up, you found your niche. You can
So I
find
think
out.
hold on, wait, because you're gonna rush
Yeah?
into it. I think we have to determine your age to know where you stop.
Do we determine it now?
I would guess I usually roll a percentile die,
Mm.
and good luck with that. That's my age, and then I start filling in the life events according to that. That's how I do it. I don't know if you want to say, hey, I'm gonna pick to choose like up to 56 or
Let's-
30s.
Let's roll a D100 because I don't mind.
Okay,
I can play
so-
young, old. I mean, unless it's. Do we reroll 0-0? Because I don't think
Oh
it
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
of course.
Child. Unless I roll like 0-0 and a 0
I
again,
mean,
which is 100.
what you could technically do is instead of you have percentile die is 2 d10s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remove the one that is like the tenors, right?
You go for
and-
D6 or D8.
Exactly, and that would be like
I'll go D8
okay.
because
You might reach in your 80s, sure.
but I think that would make. I mean, I think it would make sense also because potential. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, go
Characters
for
can
it.
go long, so we'll see.
Maybe you're still young. Who knows? You didn't go through much.
I'm 24 years old.
Oh, not bad. Okay, so
Not
that's
bad. That's two
two
life
decades.
Also,
So
male.
you roll for 2 different events.
All right. So first up, D10 again to determine what event I'm gonna get.
Yeah, fortune or misfortune, allies or enemies, or romance.
Allies and enemies, a 7. So then I go
Let's
down
go to
there.
fortune, misfortune, allies and enemies. Okay, so
Rolling a d10. On an even, it's an ally. On an odd, it's an enemy. So let's go. Even, that's an ally. So, hey, I got another ally. Another
yeah.
friend.
Or
So
maybe it
I'll.
is this. Maybe it is the friend.
This could be the case. So I'll
I don't
first of
want. I
all.
don't want you, the church dude to be your friend. To be honest, but yeah.
Yeah, the Church of the Witcher is well, the Witch Church. It depends. This is a shit ton. So I roll a d10 to determine. So to determine this, we go with first gender, position, how you met, how
Exactly.
close you are, where they are. So let's start first of all gender. 2, it's a female friend.
Okay.
At age. So this is at the first 10 years.
Correct. Yeah.
So female.
Whoa.
What? Oh no, sorry, because my Discord. Hold up.
No, no, it's not your disc. It's. I'm just seeing a huge text. That's all. Like you're not gonna fit everything in there.
I know. Well, the thing is, it will get smaller. So if I like do that, it gets smaller.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So it might get
It's one of
small where I
those.
like. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. Okay,
So
hold up.
female. What position was she in?
Her position was a 10, a bard.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like the dice knows. It's like, hey, you got an entertainment family. Guess what? You found a common friend in there.
Yeah.
Cool. So how did you meet? Oh, good lord.
We met. They hired you for something. Uh, all right. So I'll put they hired you for something, and I'll determine later what it is. Because if I go for a bard, because that's what it might go for, we were hired by the Duke to entertain, or like at a tavern to entertain them, whatever. Oh no, like, they hired me. Like, they hired me. The bard chose
Well,
me.
let's determine how close you guys are. Yeah.
That's true.
At
Yeah.
this point.
So hold up before I.
So we have.
Yeah. One moment. Because I'm writing this down. Alright, so how close we are. D10 again. 1. We're acquaintances.
Acquaintances. Okay, there we go.
Alrighty.
And where are
And
they currently?
currently, with a D10, what? They are beyond the boundaries. I got a nat
Ooh.
10.
Okay. What does that even mean? I forgot.
I think
Is
they're
that
not.
like
They're, they're not in. What's the world name of The Witcher again? The main world. I think they're beyond the regions.
all right? So it's basically beyond the mountains to
Yeah,
the. Well, if you're looking at the map, it would be on the eastern side of the map.
yeah. It would be there, or maybe they took a boat and sailed off to the edge of the world.
Oh yeah,
Could be the case
past
also.
Galaga.
Ah, the Scalaga.
All right.
All right.
So we go back
So,
up
yep, same thing.
and we roll
D10,
again. What are we getting?
a 4. So fortune or misfortune.
Ooh. All
I
right.
like
So
D10 again.
yep.
Even it's a fortune, and odd isn't misfortune. It's an odd misfortune.
Misfortune. Oh my god.
Well, hey, this character has had some. So an ally, and now a misfortune. That's 20.
All right.
That's
Let's see how it
let's
goes.
see. I actually like the misfortune because that sort of builds up, makes the character where it's like more interesting than just having fortunes. A 5. False accusation. Okay, so D10 again to determine what kind of accusation it is. Shall roll that. It's an 8. It's murder. Oh god. Okay, so I have been falsely accused of a murder.
I can see this happening. You
Yeah.
were on a quest. You were on a job with your friend. Your friend, something went wrong. You two have been framed for murder.
We're on the run.
And you don't realize that you were framed until like a bit later, where it's like this comes up again, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you two murdered, and she just flee the country, and you're just, you know.
Yeah. And I'm probably still hunted by the law for all we know, because this is at 20. So around the 20 years is where I got this. Okay. All right, so that's it, because that's all. So now we
that's pretty
style.
much. Yeah, because then we skip the romance and then your personal style. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is going to be quite interesting.
So first, so these are all D10 no matter what. So style, clothing, a 5, utilitarian clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
utility clothes. So basically, just utility clothes. That's what I'm guessing. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna use the internet because I really don't know what the fuck that means.
I'm just yes.
Ah, okay.
What is it?
Okay. It's is comfortable and convenient. So comfortable, stylish, convenient clothing.
All right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
So
A bit of
yeah,
padding here, one thing
yeah,
there.
yeah.
All right. Cool. So, what's your personality like?
Good question. Let's find out. A 5. I am contemplative.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
I'm just seeing the whole system's like, Ethan, you wanted to be human, I made you human. You want to
Really?
be a bard, I'm giving you everything to make sure that you're a bard. Like,
Oh my god.
all right, what's
Oh.
your hairstyle?
Oh. Okay. Hold up. Cropped. No, cropped short. I got two.
Okay, cool.
So cropped short hair. All right. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah,
Affections. 3 trinkets. All right. Okay. I like small things.
cool. The small
Not
things
really.
that mattered.
Yeah. That's all the small things. Now values.
Values.
Let's go. Values person. No one. 10. I value nobody.
I mean,
I guess, yeah, makes some sense.
you've been through some shady shit, and like
Yeah,
life is not
yeah.
giving you any reason to
No.
value anything. I mean, anyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Now it's the actual value, which is also a 10, which is friendship.
What?
What? Can I make a reroll? Is that good with the reroll or no? Or we just stick with friendship? 'Cause it just does not make sense. I value no one, yet I value friendship. Doesn't. Eh,
Reroll. I would go for a reroll. When it
yeah.
starts not making sense.
6.
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
Now that makes sense.
Now that is.
Now,
Yeah.
yes, that fits
False.
into the narrative. Yeah.
Yep, that is. That is.
What's your feel? What's your feeling on people?
No one, I value vengeance, and our feelings of people. 8. Everyone deserves to die. I don't think I'm making a bard. This doesn't fit like a bard. This feels like something else.
Listen, you can be one of those psycho bards, that
Oh, that
go.
could be.
That's you. You befriend everyone towards the end. You
Towards the
should
end,
never
like,
trust a bard. Ah, you have like you
ah.
have that catchphrase or something.
Yeah. So then it's the. Then I choose a name, or it gives me example names. Huh. Actually, I'm gonna choose my name later.
Okay, sure.
I feel like the name. This is the thing. I feel like the name should be chosen once you're done with your character. You see what your stats are. It's like, okay, what name would fit this character? That's how I view it. So,
Sure. Now we are
uh,
at your profession. So this is basically we're defining your skills, your vigor, magic perks if necessary, skill package, and starting gear. So
yes.
we have bard,
Mhm.
craftsman, criminal, doctor, mage, man at arms, merchant, and priest. Because witcher, you can't be a witcher.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to choose or do you want to go rando?
That's the thing. I kind of want to either go either or, because I
One,
don't.
two, three,
I
four, five, six.
no, it's 9.
That's
Because
eight.
here's your thing.
So you can roll a
Uh,
d8 and see what you get.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that has happened to this character where I don't think one role isn't specifically tied. That's how I view it.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
So I'm gonna choose a D10, and I'll
Cool.
just let fate. No, sorry, yeah, it's because out of 9, I'll reroll the 10.
No, no, no. It's eight. There are 8 professions if you remove the
Oh, there are
Witcher.
8.
Because you remove the Witcher, so from 9 you go down to 8, so you can roll a d8.
You are right. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I'm used to it.
My math is wrong. Okay, because it sounds like there's 9, but it's actually 8. All right, so I'll roll. Sorry, sounds like 10 instead of yeah. So I'll roll d8 and determine what I get.
Okay, it's rando. Rando.
Random. Uh,
It cocked. No.
I got a 4.
Ah, okay. I was
I,
saying,
I got a doctor.
you're a doctor.
What? I
Okay.
mean,
Ooh. Ooh.
a vengeance-driven doctor who true values no one. Okay. He believes everyone deserves to die. Hmm. Hmm.
Interesting. I sense Jack the Ripper here.
Ah,
You're not happy with it. I can see you're not happy with it.
I'm mixed. I am mixed. On one hand, I'm happy. On the other hand, it's like this
What
does
would
not make.
okay?
This,
What would you have gone for? I mean, what, from the choices you have,
ah, from the. Ooh,
I
I
mean,
feel
you've been introduced to a priest. Your family was pretty
family
much enter,
murdered.
entertained. Your mom was murdered. You've gone on a mission and you're
Yeah.
accused of murder yourself. You're out for
Yeah.
vengeance. I mean, what's the first kind of one or two different?
Either criminal or man at arms. Those are the
Okay,
two I can think off the top. Does that make sense to you?
yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, if you want to go for criminal instead, why not?
Hmm. Hmm. You know what? No, Fate has chosen for me. I'll stay with Doctor, and we'll see how that goes.
You're going for doctor?
I think I'll stick with Doctor,
All
and
right.
I'll
So
see what
doctor,
I'll see.
you have the defining skill, which is healing hands.
Mm-hmm.
Vigor is 0, obviously, because you don't deal with magic,
Yeah.
so you can ignore this page completely.
Yep.
Magical perks, none, obviously. Skills. Your skills are in alchemy, business, charisma, courage, deduction, human perception, resist cohesion,
Mm-hmm.
small blades, okay,
Mm-hmm.
social etiquette, and wilderness survival. I like the fact that they put in small blades because we think of them as daggers, but at the same time, scalpels.
Yeah. They
That
are.
that's
They
cool.
are. They are small blades. They are proficient with small blades. I would agree with that.
So really quick,
Uh.
the defining skill of healing hands is the
Mhm.
following: anyone can apply some ointment and wrap a bandage around the cut, but doctor has a true medical training which allows them to perform complex surgeries. Doctor with healing hands is the only person who can heal a critical wound. Heal critical wounds. A doctor must make a number of successful healing hand rolls based on the severity of the critical wound. So it's your everyday healer. Something that happens,
Mhm.
you go and
Yeah.
you try to operate at the best way you can. This
Yeah.
is not D&D for anyone who's watching, where you go on and voila, the wound is gone. This
Gone.
is
Yeah.
it depends on the severity of the wounds, because he can treat it so you basically stop dying or losing a limb or something.
Yeah. And
Ev-
also and you can start recovering from HP loss.
exactly. So, and then eventually it's gonna take weeks, perhaps, for you to
Yeah.
I mean, you can technically try to mend a broken leg, but you're gonna end up limping
Limping.
anyways, because all the doctor's gonna do is be able to tighten it properly around a piece of support wood
Yeah.
or something. So
Yeah.
that
So.
kind of explains what we're looking at as Doctor. This is not high. This is not super high fantasy. This is very gritty realism
Yeah.
when it comes to,
Yeah.
like, imagine yourself as
Still.
a proper everyday doctor in those days.
Yeah. Still pretty useful though. Still pretty useful to have a doctor around.
Oh yeah,
Compare.
for sure.
It's still useful. It just doesn't. It's not as. Yeah. This is not. This is a dark fantasy doctor. Who'll be able to take care of that's something you're broken with, but it's gonna take lots of time to back it up. Here's my question now: can you technically use healing hands on yourself, or does it have to be on someone else? That's my only question.
Uh, you can technically,
I
um,
think, I
but
think it would be a
you
talent
as a
though.
doctor would realize that it gets more complicated when you're healing yourself, because usually when you're healing someone, at least the way I like to run it as a game master, as a storyteller, is
Yep.
that the other person has to go through the pain thresholds depending on what kind of wound. So you doing it on yourself is going to be harder
Hmm.
because you have to tolerate your own pain
Yeah.
thresholds, you know, and you have that psychological thing about how much pain are you going to give yourself to proper heal
Yeah.
it. So there might be a thing where you kind of fix it, but you know that you need someone else to do it for you because you don't have
You don't
the
have.
capacity to injure
Yeah.
yourself to
eh,
heal, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, that's cool to know. Okay. So that's the healing hands there. I'm gonna put brackets in it to remember how much
Yeah, it's
points.
a craft, so it's driven from craft. You might want to keep a note from of that. So
There we go.
yeah.
CRA. All right. So I think now we just go to statistics.
What I usually do
Mm.
is, because of the skills that you're proficient in, I would put in like a one in each of them,
Mm-hmm.
just to remember
Just
that's
so you
what
can
you're
remember.
going to start.
Actually, you know what? You know what I was gonna do? I was going to print screen that, take a screenshot of the skills, so and I can remember them.
Oh, sure.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, no.
And then you have the gear. You get to pick five of what's in the gear.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just screenshot that section so I can remember that for later. Put it over there. Uh, yeah. Okay. So now it is stats.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna choose your gear
uh,
later.
hmm?
You're gonna choose your gear later. You're gonna pick your five gear
Oh,
later.
I can pick my 5 gear now. Oh, I'll pick my
Yeah,
five now.
you have a selection between blanket, candles, clothing powder, dagger, hourglass, large tent, all that basically.
All right.
You pick five
So,
of those.
so I'm picking large tent for sure because
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna be in the wilderness quite a bit. A surgeon's kit because, of course. Um, I will take numbing herbs.
Okay.
Patience if I
So
ever have
that's
patience because I
three.
don't really.
Okay.
Yeah, that's three. Just in case. I'm gonna get money, but no, just in case I will have it. I have a dagger just in case. You
Uh-huh.
never know. Uh, blanket for patience and
Okay.
yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go for clothing powder.
One moment, getting a call.
Sure. So, all right. So, where were we? Ah, yes. I was explaining clothing powder. Surprised you didn't go for that because that basically is if you have like a bleeding wound, that powder kind of
Okay, it can't. Oh, okay, shit. That could
just
also be
holds the
good.
bleeding. You know when you kind of want to hold your hands from the bleeding,
Yeah.
that thing you just slap it on and it just
It's there.
conceals the
Uh,
wounds. It doesn't heal the wound; it just stops it from bleeding, the
I'll,
bleeding condition.
I'll, I'll take it also. But I'll replace the blanket for that because that is actually more useful, I think, than the blanket. I can take a blanket later on.
Yeah.
It's I think maybe cheap than 10 clothing powders. Yeah, that's how you write it. Okay.
So now we
All
go
right.
to your stats. So we
Mm-hmm.
have your core stats. So intelligence, reflex, dexterity, body, speed, empathy, craft, will, and luck. Okay.
So now the question is how do we get them?
So
What?
getting your stats. There are two ways you can get your stats. You can either roll randomly and assign the points. So you roll d10s. You get to reroll any ones or twos and allocate those numbers in all nine of your stats. If you opt to use point management, your game master will give you a number of points split among your stats based on the table below. Keep in mind that the stats is capped at 10. You can't go over 10. The only time you can go over 10 if something actually kind of boosts that up for you from somewhere else. In fact, it actually says mutations and racial traits can raise the stats above this cap.
Yeah.
So, how do you want to do it? Do you want to roll them?
I feel like since I've been rolling most of this time, let's just roll also.
Sure.
It's not
Good
usually what
luck.
I go for, but yeah.
Yep. See.
Okay. So for now, I'm going to put them in order and then reassign them.
Okay.
Is that how we do
Sure.
it?
Uh,
No problem. Okay.
I usually just roll and fix it in. That's what
Okay.
fate has for
Like,
me. But you can go
yeah,
ahead and roll all of them and just assign them
yeah.
accordingly.
I tend to go with. I also want another option I do like is fixed stats, but then you get to swap one stat. So
Okay.
at least you have one variation, so you're not like effed up by something. So first up, intelligence. How smart am I? 8. I
Okay, that
am.
makes sense. I mean, you're a doctor and you
Gotta
have
be
to
smart.
be
So it's,
intelligent for that. All right. What's your
yeah.
reflex? So reflex is for fighting, dodging, and tasks required for fast reactions.
It's a 2, so re-rolling.
Yep, you reroll ones and twos.
It's a 5, not a
Okay.
high. Not, it's competent, but not high.
Oh, I mean, it's average, you know, it's
Yeah,
fine. Your
yeah.
dexterity is for range attacks. Anything requires hand, eye coordination, or balance. So, yeah, this is something that you'd need as a doctor. What did you get?
And
What?
that
10?
and I have a 10
Nice!
dexterity.
Well done.
That's pretty good, I think. We'll see.
So, your body.
Which
So,
we,
body is things for required for great strengths. So, like wrestling strength. It's your physique, basically, your endurance.
if you are looking at the stream, I imagine.
3? Oof. Okay.
Lowest possible you can roll on in this
I
case.
mean, let's face it, most doctors that I know of are not exactly the strongest people.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think it depends on like how they
Then
build
again,
themselves
there are
up.
some that have a lifestyle. I'm not generalizing here, it's just saying the
Yeah,
people I know,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Even though they're
I mean,
doctors,
I
yeah.
do know that one off guy that's a doctor that
Mm.
goes to the gym and stuff, you know? But
Okay. Okay. I'll roll for now speed, which is how fast I move, right?
yeah, so this is your movement. So this is speed is the only stat that is driven as how many squares you move. It's not meters or feet. It's literally how many squares. So speed is 5, but that's good.
Yeah, competent, pretty
Yeah,
average.
you
Not a
can
good
move
number to
around
play.
quite good. Okay,
Yeah.
empathy. All right, this
This is gonna be. Let's see what I get here. So,
yeah
so explain.
for
Explain empathy for all of us.
yeah. Empathy is the affairs of the heart and emotions, seduce and persuading others to come under this category. So please tell me you got a low number.
No, no,
Okay,
7.
7.
7. I would have actually
I
liked the no
mean,
number
you
because it
might be
fits.
good at persuading people,
True,
you
but it
know.
would have also made so much
You,
sense with
you're
like.
you're a narcissist at heart. Craft. Now this is something that you do need because craft is
Yes,
is something you need for healing hands. You know
most
how
of the
good
doctor stuff.
healing is a craft.
Yeah, yeah, it's a craft. So having it high is pretty good. Let's see what I get. Okay, that's actually good. That's a 9.
All right, that's pretty decent. Your
Pretty,
will,
pretty good. Hmm.
your for intimidation, magical checks, mental endurance. Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a high. I only have 5 will.
Okay.
So
Cool.
wait a minute. Is that right? Do I only have 5 HP from it? What? No. Okay, we'll see. Okay. All right, that's good to know. Okay, so now it is luck,
Yeah.
which is
So luck
the
is
interesting.
basically, you know how you roll for advantage. Sometimes we don't
Yeah,
have that in this system.
yeah, yeah.
So you spend luck to be able to increase a value. So it depends how genuinely lucky you are. You know, you use circumstances to your advantage. 9, nice. Okay, that's good.
9 luck. That is okay. That's
So I've noticed that your character sheet just kind of autofill the
yep,
this other side, but let's explain how that really happens if you
yeah,
were doing it mentally. The
yeah.
vigor is your profession, so we don't even look at that because you don't have any vigor. So let's go with stun. So your
Mm-hmm.
stun score represents how hard it is to stun you. When forced to make a stun save, you roll under the number on your stun. So okay, so we have to see a physical table there.
Okay,
Run
so
run is speed times 3. Does that make sense?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your leap
Uh,
is run divided by
5.
5.
All right.
Okay,
Uh,
and now we get to this part. So your health is the number of damage you can take before you see the death state when you're
mm-hmm.
bleeding out. Now, according to the physical table, you got a body of what?
I got a body of 3, and I got a will of 5. So that's 8 total. Divided by
8
2
of
is 4.
4. So your HP should be 20.
Yep, 20 it is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Stamina is okay, so it's driven from this anyways. So
Yep.
stamina is 20 as well. Your recovery is 4 and your stun is 4.
All right.
He just doesn't want.
Okay.
Your son is 40? No.
I don't. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I think.
There's.
I mean, it's 4. It's still 4 though, so I'll just take away this. I'll just remember it's not the 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Encumbrance is body times 10. So
All
encumbrance
right.
is what load you can actually carry.
I can't really carry a lot. I can. I can only carry so much.
Okay.
Recovery.
So recovery, we did that. We seen punch and kick. So your body is
3.
3.
So I have a d6 to -2 of punch and a d6 +2 to kick.
Okay.
So I mean, this character's not. He's not a physical guy. He's good at kicking. He does a lot of damage for kicking, but not a lot for punching. So makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So now.
And now your skills.
Okay. All right.
So your first 11 skills will come from your profession. So this is what we were seeing earlier as a doctor. You have 44 points to split between all 11.
All right. So 44. So if I just go for the base average of it all, I can have 4 on each of those skills. Because 44 divided by 11 is 4.
Yep.
If I want, I'm gonna do it still for now. Just notes on the character sheet. But then if I feel like I want to take a stat away to do something else, I'll do that.
So
So
the same as we were doing in Cyberpunk, they use the same system. You can't in character creation go above 6.
yep.
So keep that in mind. Then again, every single one of them in general throughout the campaign can't go over 5 unless again it's driven from something like, for example, your deduction can go up to 11 because you have a +1 already in there.
Yep. Actually, it doesn't go higher than 11. But
Now
yeah.
don't forget you have language, monster lore, tactics, alchemy, crafting, trap crafting. At least for those, definitely
You need 2 skill points.
you need for every you need to spend 2 for every 1 that you want to increase.
Yeah.
So
Which I've done that with alchemy.
keep that
Yeah.
maths in mind. So
Yep. Small blades. Towards small blades. 4. Social etiquette at.
and for those of you who are watching, bear with me a moment. Let's pause that again. Okay, so as I was saying, so for the viewers, when you're seeing his skills, you see 2 different numbers, right? Now, what that means is the base of his skill is 4. The 12 is driven from adding his intelligence for business, for example, and the 4. So basically, it adds up to 12. So when you're rolling dice, you roll a d10 and you add basically that number 12 to the roll. So it's your overall modifier. That's what we're looking at here. Because it might seem a bit confusing when you're seeing 2 different stats.
Yeah.
It's not 4 out of 12. It's literally when you roll your business, you have a 12 in it because you have those 2 skills going for you.
Yeah. So it's basically this: the left-hand side is your skill base. The right-hand side is the combination of your skill and your stat added together. Yeah. Okay. So now I have a home language also because I'm from the North. The North.
The North.
The North. I get Nordling with a +8 bonus, right? Am I correct?
Home language, yes.
So I have a 16 in Nordling. Okay, so now I've put all the stats at 4 for now, just to basically like it helps me out. So now I can look at what skills, see what my character's about, and then take away certain points as is. I'm only gonna keep my healing hands at 4 because I think that's a good skill to have a decent amount. Nothing to go over. So let me start taking away some points and move them over to other stuff. I feel, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I want to move a little bit towards maybe some alchemy stuff, just in case. Just because of what this character is about. I feel like he's maybe more of an alchemist
Okay.
than actual, like, I mean, he probably helps people with their medical issues, but I think primarily he's more like, here, you have this problem, here you go. He could be that kind, I don't know. So I'm going to take away some points. I'm going to take a little bit of social etiquette away.
So over here, we're still going with your profession skill package, right?
Yes, this is still my profession skill package. I am taking away points
All
from
right.
to. I basically
Because
just
then we
rearranged some.
have, right after this, we go for the pickup skills,
Yep.
which is your intelligence plus your reflex worth of points, which is 13 points after that, and you can allocate them anywhere you want.
Okay. I think that's it. That's all I want to do. So basically, everything's on 4 except for deduction is technically still at 4, but because I got +1 to deduction because I think it's the human
Yeah.
benefit, that's why it's at that high. I reduced social etiquette to 2 because I don't really see this character as a very high. I mean, he still has some basic of social etiquette, just not a high 2 social.
Uh-huh.
Then he has a small blades at 5, just in case. He's dealt with a lot of shit, but I think having a weapon in hand is training weapons good. And then alchemy at 3, which is I think a pretty good base to go for. And I have resistance quotient at 5 because I got +1 because I'm a Lyrian and Rivian, which makes sense. Okay, that's it. That's basically my normal skill package from the profession. Now it's my pickup skills,
Yep.
which are based off.
Intelligence and reflex, so you have a total of 13 because it's 8 plus 5.
Yeah, and I can only spend these on skills that are not skill packages. So I can't pick alchemy, boost it up again. I can only pick.
Exactly. You may not raise your proficiency skills or buy skills from your skill tree for your pickup skills. So basically, it's everything else but what you've just done.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 4 into dodge and escape because that's useful. What else? Put awareness. I'm gonna give 3 into awareness.
Okay. You're down to 6 points left.
2 into education.
4.
No, oh no, you're right. I'm doing my math. I did my math wrong over there. Let's see here. What else do I want? I guess persuasion at 2.
Down to 2.
Hmm.
And none of these skills that you're choosing, I hope, is in the +2 section, right? No. Not from what you've chosen.
No. And I'm gonna pick. Okay. I'm gonna look up a skill. Hold up, because I want to make sure I'm getting this right.
Forgery.
No. Okay, no, it's not, no. Because I know that if you want to forge for like, say, resources for your alchemy, I know that's within the survival, not forgery. Forgery is the bad one. Not that one. My bad. Let's see which one. What's the? I have 2 points that I would want to spend this on. I'm gonna put these on. There's a thing. Which one? Yeah, this is the hard part. Is choosing which one you want.
10 hours later.
I'm gonna put my last 2 in education. I'm an educated person because I feel like if you're a doctor, you maybe need to be at least educated. Am I wrong on that? Wrong,
No,
right?
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's skills. Woot.
Alright, so just a quick note for leveling up in the future. The way it works is you are rewarded inspirational points, IPs, they're called, and the DM will depend on the outcome. You give relevant point 1, 2, well, up to 9. 1 being that you participated often, and then 9 is like you did something that blew away the GM's mind. Like, oh my god! Like,
My God, what?
I would say the average is a 3 because you use your skills efficiently. This happens often in sessions, I find.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, if I pull something out of the box and all that, yeah, I get more. Okay, that's good to know. Also, it's improvement points, not inspirational points. That's.
Now, don't forget, every time you want to increase the level in any of these, so you increase your stats, it is you have to spend the many points that you already have plus 1.
Yeah.
So.
Now, here's a question I have, because I'm always confused by this. Because, yeah. You can raise your core stats, they just multiply by 10. Right?
So to level up a skill, your you allot improvement points to it. Your most skills that you must spend on amount equal to the MP current to the level. By
So
one, if you want to raise your skill by multiple levels, you may pay the cost in each level in total. For example, okay, that we've gone to general improvements. Fastest way to learn a skill is via experience. At the end of the session, GM gives you a general improvement point to apply the skill and use during the adventure. Generally, GM should hand out, okay, being taught. That's another way to gain experience points. Study and practice, raising stats. With immersive training, you can raise stats much like a skill. To raise a stat, you must spend the number of IP equal to the level times 10. Yes, so um, now
so
what we're saying is if you want to raise your intelligence, reflex, dexterity, body, all those, if you want to
yeah,
raise those, it is
it
the
is the
level
level
times 10. So intelligence you have to spend
plus one times
80.
10. Oh, okay.
Is
Spend
it? This will raise
to raise
all.
a okay, so because it's to raise a stat, you must spend the number of AB equal to the level of the statistic times 10.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
you
so it's
just
not
spend
level plus one.
literally
So just
80.
use 80 to go from like intelligence 8 to 9. Okay, that's actually pretty
Exactly.
good. That makes a lot of sense because you would expect it to be 90 because usually skills is like say
So
I
technically speaking, by the rules, your dex is already maxed out.
yeah
You
yeah. So
can't improve your
I can't
dexterity.
I can't max out my dex now. But yeah, so just for everyone, so if I want to increase a small blaze from 5 to 6, I spend 6 IP because that's the level plus 1. If I want to improve my reflexes from 5 to 6, it's 50 because that's how it is. Okay, that's good to know. Alright, what's next?
So, reputation.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to roll for that one.
Do I roll for reputation?
So
Okay.
your reputation is a measure of how well you are known for your actions, both famous and infamous. A reputation is always established by a character actions and is awarded to the player by the GM. Okay, so I won't say you need this now.
Mm-hmm.
This comes later on, perhaps.
Yeah, but so I don't because I don't think I get it as a stats. Just like I only get it
Yeah.
if I ever go
And
up.
then
Okay.
for just people to know that eventually you can go down a skill tree. In the case of a
Sure.
where's no, that's
I have
butcher.
the surgeon, the herbalist, and the
There
anatomist.
it is. So this is becoming more proficient into something. So basically, you choose one of the three, and you
Mm-hmm.
start going down that. You can never jump from, like, for example, if you are a diagnosis, you can't then jump down to the next one
Yeah.
of improvision or practical carnage.
Carnage.
You have to go for each level of each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
How to achieve these? Um, so,
Okay.
I've always had a problem how to achieve these. To be honest, um, I believe to
I,
unlock these, you had an idea?
I thought. Oh yeah. I'll just look them up. I think it's.
Let's go to the skill tree thing. So each profession gaining points for each new ability works the same as gaining points for any new skill. You go from your core skill down to any number of
Okay.
paths.
Oh, so if I want to so say I want to purchase I don't know the healing tent, it's 1 point, right?
Okay.
Because it's a zero skill, but plus one because that's the skill.
All right.
I think that's how it works, right? Gaining points for each new ability works the same as yeah any new skill. So a new skill would be what 1 IP. Then am I right on that or am I wrong?
Bear with me a moment. So,
Take your time. Take
uh,
your time.
okay. So let me just bear with me. All right. Sorry again for the pause, but things happen as we go along. Okay, so skill tree. How did we say we're gonna define this? According to the rules, it is what?
It is to gain a new ability. It's just like gaining a new skill. Uh, so that's basically then whatever the skill value is plus one. So if
Okay.
I want to take, say, Bleeding Wound, it's 1 IP. But then to get the next one, I need to basically get Bleeding Wound 5 levels first before I can achieve the next one. So that's how it works,
All
which
right.
makes sense. All right. So it's pretty cheap, but eventually it'll get expensive as you go. Um, Yeah, but then like so basically I can either spend focus on skills or focus on abilities, stats. Yeah. Okay, that's it. So what's next after that?
So we did skill
Gear.
tree.
It's gear.
So create your own character. We've already been through this. Why did it take me back? Hold on. Yes, we go into gear. So on the road, it's most likely that you spend most of your time on the road and only stop off in cities to resupply, meet with contacts, blah blah blah. So, as a typical traveler, you should consider buying a satchel, bedroll, lantern, food for a week, dagger, flint steel, blah blah blah. Right, so I think we need to establish how much coin you have first.
Yes.
So
So my
you start with 150 crowns times 2d6s. Or you go for the average of 1050 crowns.
we've been rolling so far. Let's roll. Hope we don't get double nat ones. Better. That's an 8. So let me get a calculator out.
Yeah.
Because we all know that's 8 times 150 is 1,200 crowns.
All right. That's pretty good.
That's good spending cash. All right. So what does it say to buy? A satchel, bedroll, lantern. So I'll buy the suggested stuff here. So, and that's in the next page, actually, funny enough. Okay, alrighty. So now this is where the bookkeeping's gonna come in, everyone. Bear with me. Ah! No. No.
Do they actually have their costs here?
Yeah, they have a section in the. It's in page, I think, in 94 of the PDF. I'm finding it. So, yeah, here's general gear. So, satchel, bedroll. So there's a bedroll, which costs 16 gold. Also, I need to note down the weights of these actually.
Right here, there. Okay. General gear.
Alright. Yeah, so I'm actually going to use the dice for now to determine, and I'll calculate the costs. Actually, no, I don't have my calculator here. I'll just use the calculator to help me fucking mark off how much money I'm spending. That's 1,002. Just like an accountant, man. Ah!
Yep.
Makes sense. So, 16 gold. Well, sorry, 16 crowns, my bad. We're not playing D&D, we're playing The Witcher. Specific to the setting. A satchel, which would be... Where the fuck is satchel? There it is. Satchel. 14 gold. Now, I can only carry so much because, unfortunately, my body is so fucking frail. Sorry. My body is so frail, I can only carry so much crap. Until my body just tells me, nope, 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 it's too heavy. Stop. What are you doing? A lantern. Which is... Heck, where is lantern? Lantern. 33 gold. Oof. Crowns. And that's the weight. What's the weight of that? 1. Also, I'm gonna fill out some of the other like stuff I have. What's next? Food for a week or so. So that'll be trail rations. So 7 times 5. 7 of these, so that's gonna be 7 weight. Okay, alright, let's see what else. What is left? A dagger. I already have a dagger, so I don't need. Flint and steel. Where is flint and steel?
Alright, so over here, we've gone ahead and filled in most of the stuff. And you're just putting in armor now, yeah? You're buying a bit of gear to protect you since...
Yeah. So yeah, I bought I'm buying some. I bought like a Jambia weapon, which is a pretty good dagger.
Okay.
It's a pretty good small sword that has like I think 2d6 and has bleeding and armor piercing.
Nice. That's good.
Because
Okay.
yeah, That's good to have because I know that if I ever get into trouble, I have something that can take care of armor. Not a lot, but it's something. So I got leg armor. I don't really need shields at the moment. Actually, I could have it. No, not yet. Not yet. I think my guy is crazy enough where it's like I don't need one. And I'll have a double woven hood for a head armor because head armor is useful for a bit. And okay,
All right.
so with all that armor, I still have to include the data, but I haven't included the data yet. But I'll do that later because I'm just doing the buying stuff for now.
Okay.
So with all that money I've spent, right now I have left over 161 crowns.
All right.
So
You went on a shopping spree, man.
I went on a shopping spree, yes, but I still have enough to basically buy some other stuff.
Cool.
The question is, what do I want?
I would suggest you keep a bit of gold because things, as you can see, is not exactly cheap.
Yeah,
And I think there is a table of actually, like in certain areas, at least if you're going to play in the Witcher world, some areas do increase the price. So haggling is required.
Yeah. I'm going to get a ledger because if I'm a doctor, I need to know who I worked on, what I've done in service, etc. Good to have that. It's very well played person. And also, why the hell do I not have a war skin? I need a war skin. That needs to be included in the actual
water skin filled with wine. Or
you need water.
Or vodka.
Or some vodka, yeah. I mean, yeah. Also, water is a useful thing for doctors. Sorry, not alcohol. It's not useful. All right. Okay. So for what that spent, also that's just knocked me down to 145 crowns. I'm gonna keep it simple and say
What did you do?
No, I'm considering buying a Gwent deck, but I'm like, do I? Nah.
That reminds me, I actually have to get my actual Gwent decks from my dad. I have two. I have the.
Oh, nice.
I have the blue one and the red one. I don't know what they are.
Northern Realms and Monsters.
Okay, there you go. So.
No, I have a Gwent. For people who don't know, I play Gwent pretty progressively on the online version. So.
All right. So I think we're pretty much done.
That's
an hour in.
Hold up, just one thing left over. Basic clothing. No one's gonna walk around.
Are you carrying everything okay?
As in, like, my weight? If I have enough for my weight?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm gonna need to find out because I need to see the other stuff. So I'll calculate the other things. Which is instrument gives me 1. Holy text. Will the holy text be just 1 pound? Because it's like
it's probably a holy text is like a book, so
yeah.
I think it would be like
a 1 or
0.1.
Sure. All right.
I mean,
because I don't see it here. That's why.
Unless you have the Holy Bible with you.
No, I doubt. That.
No, it's just.
I have the Holy Bible. No, I doubt it. Surgeon's kit, which is going to be also 1. Wait, no, that's the large tent. What's the large tent? Large tent is where is it? Is that containers?
I just love the description for the Gwent deck, by the way, because the italics in the rulebook is from from this merchant, this dwarven merchant, right? The whole book is from his perspective. And it says, Gwent deck. Don't know how Gwent got so popular so fast. They're large decks of strategy cards based around the 5 factions: Northern Realms, Nilfgaard, Scoia'tael, Monsters, and Skellige.
Yeah. Actually, I have a funny. I wanna go on a quick tangent. So there's there's a video game card game they did, Thronebreaker, and there's at some point you go to Mahakam for reasons in the story. And funny enough, there's in the game there's puzzles you do, or it's basically like actual puzzles. You're playing Gwent, but you have you need to do a certain way to solve a certain situation. But one of them is legit. You are playing Hearthstone.
Okay.
Or legit playing Hearthstone, the card game in Gwent, and they actually did it, and it was funny. It's not the best, and and the way they describe it is like it's a dwarven type card game. I forgot what they call it, but that's something. So. Just to go on a quick tangent because I just found it funny. When
All right, so
I don't know how heavy is large tent. I'm gonna keep it empty for now because I can't. I don't see where the large tent. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, I hate when they do that. Tent 8. The tent large. Ugh, that's numbing herbs. Where the fuck would that be?
I think that would be.
Alchemy? Is that alchemy tool?
Is it?
Clotting powder is, so I'll do that. So that's 1.
Is it in the alchemy?
That's clotting powder. Yes, I don't know about numbing herbs. Yes, it is. It is under alchemy. It's in alchemical section. It's 0.1. Her
I'm trying to
right.
find alchemy in the
Alchemical items. It's in page 87.
87.
It's in the gear section.
There it is. Okay.
It's on the
Clotting
alchemy.
powder, yeah, it's 0.1.
Yeah, and I'll do the statistics of what those do later on. But for now, I'm just gonna do the weight stuff
Sure.
and then move on from there. Dagger.
Okay, clotting powder apparently stops the bleeding for only so many rounds. Wow, okay, maximum of 20 rounds. So after the rounds elapse, the wound begins to bleed again. Okay, that is not how I was. That's not how I was playing it in the one shot, because I just kind of made it that you just kind of slap it on and just sees the wounds, stop the bleeding, and then you have to treat the wound later.
Well, now you know. Well, now you know.
Good.
The more you know.
Then again, I mean, most of the one shots and the beginner core sets
Yeah.
pretty much is there for fast running the game, just get a feel of things. I think once you get into the depth of the rules is where you kind of understand. It's like, okay, not as slap on fix as you thought.
Yep. Okay.
Okay,
So I have all my weight. I'll calculate my weight quickly, but in the meantime, go ahead while I do that. I can still listen. So.
I think we're left with just one last thing, which is choosing your name, and then you allocate whatever weapons or armor you put into the right location. So like you have your main weapon, which is the one you hold, and then you have the backup weapons, which is kind of what's on you at the ready that you can switch out. So in this video, basically, now that we character created, this is, I think, the 4th character creation that I've gone through. This time, you're doing it, not me. So I'm just here as a DM, like you did to me, to assist for the most part. I think the next thing that we have to go through is how to use this. Do you want to say we go into combat to understand combat a bit better?
Up to you, my guy. I'll leave it up to you what you want to do.
I
Are we
don't
gonna
mind.
do an actual? Do you want to actually do like an actual one-on-one, or do some testing with this character?
I could do testing. I don't mind. I mean, whatever.
Honestly, I'm down for both. So
All right.
you also just calculate my entire weight. That is 32.7 pounds total. That
And
goes over my
what's your encumbrance?
30 because I have a body of 3.
30. So, ooh, okay.
I'm overweight. I'm already overweight, so I'm gonna cut some of my trail license down a bit by 3.
Okay.
Actually, no, hold on. How much does it actually? Oh, it actually calculates for you like your encumbrance. Oh shit, I did not know that. Yeah.
And it actually gives you your penalty.
Yeah, so it's -1 penalty to these stats. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the way it works. So, so the way it works is that basically once you start going over your encumbrance, you get a penalty to how reflex, dexterity, and your speed go. So you gotta load off in order.
Yeah.
It's like basically when you're playing The Witcher, the minute you've reached your encumbrance, you're slowed. You can't run. You know.
Yeah.
It's
You
that.
you need to either burn some of your equipment out or
Drop, sell, use.
yeah, dismantle.
Yeah. Although this, yeah, dismantling could help.
I think dismantling is a thing. From what I
Yeah, it
remember.
is. So if you have to be a craftsman to be able to dismantle stuff, and there's only so much you can dismantle out of. So
All right, that's good.
It's a crafting skill. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's so now just to name this character. Ooh. Need to go for a northern name. So northern names. So northern name. Let's go with. Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
Maris.
Oh,
Maris.
okay, Maris. Sure, I like
So,
it. So, you have your human doctor, Maris.
Human Doctor Maris, 24 years old. Someone who values no one, seeking vengeance, or he values vengeance, and hates, and he believes that everyone needs to die or deserves to die. How in that case, I don't know. Only time will tell. We'll have to see.
I
I
mean,
would
you could
actually.
be cynical and go like, okay, I'll help you, but this is gonna cost you later. You have to pay me up once. If you're mid battle, you're like, you know what, you gotta pretty
Oh,
much.
imagine if I actually play. If I, am I going to play this character? Are we going to play this character?
Well, maybe. Who
Maybe
knows? It's something
that,
that we could definitely look into, like a one
yeah,
shot or something.
yeah.
So yeah, that's your character created.
That's it. All right, we're done.